Hello everyone. History chapter 6, Kingdoms, Kings and an Early Republic. In this chapter, we will come to know about how some men became rulers. Rajas were kings, the leader of the kingdom, a very large group of people. In some kingdom, Raja was chosen by the people, the kind of like today we have a right to vote to choose our representative. But how this thing happened in ancient time? In ancient time, the yajna was the way of showing the people in the kingdom and in the neighboring kingdom how much that particular Raja is powerful or power of the Raja. One such yajna means the way, was the Ashwamedha, means horse sacrifice. Ashwa means horse and Medha means animal sacrifice. In this sacrifice, a horse was let loose to wander freely, and it was guarded by Raja's man. Ashmedha was considered to be the most difficult yajna. It needed specially trained priests. Lots of neighboring kings were invited for it too. What was in this sacrifice? As I told you that a horse was let to loose to wander freely, and it was guarded by Raja's man. If the horse wandered into kingdom of other Raja, other kingdom, and if that king let the horse pass through, it means that the king had accepted the king authority performing the yajna or sacrifice, as that that particular the owner of that horse, the master of that horse, is superior than that ruler. The another way, if the Raja was then who accepted the authority, if that Raja did not want to accept the authority, so they're performing the they were fought a war and decide who is superior. So this is the way they elected, chosen their leader. Okay. So now have a clip. Now in this ritual, the Raja was a center figure in this ritual. How it showed that he often had a special seat, a throne or a tiger skin. His charioteer, who was his companion in the battlefield, witnessed his exploit, and he also explained his bravery. Okay, chanted tales of his bravery. his relatives, means his wife or children, son, had to perform a variety of minor rituals. The other Raja were simply invited as an audience, as a spectators, who had sit and watch this all performance of the sacrifice. The priest performed the ritual, including the sprinkling of sacred water on the king. The ordinary people, local people, wish or jana brought gift for the king. But the some people who were excluded, these were Shudras. Those who were regarded as a Shudras by the priest, they were not allowed to participate or sit in this ritual. Come to the next, that time the society was divided into 4 jatis. Jatis means varna. Brahman, Kshatriya, warriors, Vaishya, traders, and Shudras, untouchables. Okay? Now, who were the Brahmins? They were the priests. They could study and teach the Vedas. They could perform the sacrifice and receive the gifts. Fine. The next, Kshatriya, they were warrior. They could rule. They had to fight battle and protect the people. Next one is Vaishyas. They were the worker, trader. They were expected to do farming, craft, trading, etc. The 4th one is Shudras. Those were serve for their master. They were server, they were servant. They were expected serve the people of other 3 castes, Brahmin, Vaishya, or Kshatriyas. Many times women were considered Shudra too. Fine. Kshatriya and Vaishya were allowed to perform sacrifice, and Brahman who performed that, who helped to performing that sacrifice, but the Shudra was excluded from it. Okay. Even women and Shudra were not allowed to study. Brahmin considered themselves to be the most superior caste. So they consider the Shudra was the lower caste. Some Kshatriya did not accept this. So they thought as a ruler, they were superior. Not Brahmin was superior than the Kshatriya. So they had a different point of view. Now, later people who buried other hunted tribals, etc., were all considered to be Shudras.